I'm gonna have to make this video twice. It's a search engine conspiracy, bro. It's a consortium that defines LCP. What is LCP? What are core web vitals? Laterally, I merged 4 pull requests to the website yesterday. One of them was to improve my LCP. What does that mean? How did I do it? Why did I do it? LCP means largest contentful paint. Yeah, the word is contentful. Basically, like, think about like a big image. It's like a big piece of content, and it makes your website load slow when you have these big contentful paints. The word paint here meaning to render the web page, translating it from the HTML we know and love into the stuff that the user can see and interact with. So if your website is loading slowly, I can't use it, and that means your website sucks and I'm mad as a user, right? So there are a bunch of different ways that the search engine leadership, this is the conspiracy side, this is the consortium, mainly Google, and then believe it or not, like Bing was involved. I don't make the rules, bro. And they agreed on these core web vital metrics that are used to assess how high quality or low quality is your user experience. And then the search engines for SEO can use these to like rank pages because they want to like give better pages to people that are searching. That's the idea, right? So if your website loads slow, they're going to down prioritize you. If your website rocks, you get SEO bonus. So now that kind of answered the question, why did Laterally do this? My LCP was slow on mobile because I had a big logo image, and I wanted to make it faster so Google would improve my page rank. Make sense? So what did I do? I had a logo PNG file. I changed it to WebP, which reduced the size by 80%. I did some other things, but that was like the main thing that I did, and it improved my Lighthouse score. So how did I validate that this worked? I have Google like webmaster tools, and they gave me a notification that there was an LCP problem in the past. So I had this proposed fix as a developer, and in my Chrome dev tools, there's something called Lighthouse, and you can run it locally. And it basically calculates LCP locally, and it gives you some other core web vitals. And you need to use incognito mode. I gave 3 trials because there was some fluctuation. Incognito mode will disable your extensions. Extensions can disrupt the calculation. And I had a significantly different result running Lighthouse on localhost compared to running Lighthouse on my staging environment for my next application, because there are statically rendered pages. So take that into consideration when you're trying to get a measure of what will happen when you roll out to prod. I improved my Lighthouse score by a couple points, and that is all that was needed to get me into the green zone. So 90. They want you to have a Lighthouse score of 90. And one other thing that's like a wrinkle here, I had to deploy to prod to validate the final fix, because even in my staging environment on Vercel, they launched the pages a little bit slower. There's slightly less resources allocated to their staging environments. So I could see a 2-point improvement in staging, but the post fix was still slower than I wanted to see it in prod. And I'm like, what's going on? Well, post-fix, prefix, I was still seeing a 2-point gain. So I said, I'm pretty sure it's just a resourcing difference. So let me ship to prod, and I'll roll back if I need to. Ship to prod, sure enough, 90, 90, 90, 3 trials in a row, incognito mode. So there's a fun tip for you. If you think, so if you're comparing Vercel staging to Vercel prod, at least for me, and I'm on the pro plan, I don't know if that matters, at least for me, they have slightly better resourcing on the real production server that will impact your Lighthouse score. So you can't compare apples to apples if you're comparing Vercel prod to Vercel staging. But I had confidence because I compared Vercel staging prefix to Vercel staging postfix. Does that make sense? So that's how I validate, plus the fact that there was an 80% reduction. I could see that my page I was serving was smaller. So these factors gave me confidence that I was doing the right thing. And okay, that's what I did. So what is LCP? We define that largest contentful paint. It's one of the core web vital metrics. Another one is going to be like time to interactivity, and then just like page speed, right? So the old school one is like make your page load fast. But the problem is that your page can load fast from a browser perspective, but the user still can't interact. So the newer idea is we want to get that time to interactivity fast. And and you can go look at the core web vitals, but it's all about making the user experience better. And first of all, just as a website owner, I want my users to have a good experience. But then there's an additional benefit that it improves SEO. So that is why I did it and how I did it and how I validated the fix. Hope this helps. Follow for more.